Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Jetzburg. In our last episode, we worked on building out this beautiful Chinatown that I really enjoyed putting together for everyone. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out in the link in the description below, and let me know what you think. But today we are working on the airport. Yes, very excited for that. I have a lot of plans for what we're going to do with said airport, and so this episode may be a little bit longer than normal, but we'll see what we can get through today. So we have this nice big patch of land right out here that is available to us, and we have this interchange here that already exists for getting into our Chinatown and our downtown area that we have been working on many of the previous episodes as of late. So what I'd like to do first is, I guess basically we need to unlock the airport is where we should begin. So we'll go ahead and we'll unlock that. We're not going to use the international airport because, ew. Anyways, I don't like it. So we're going to grab the regular airport, and I want to bring it out. I don't want it too close because we have a lot of other things that we're going to put around our airport today, which we will get to in just a second. So I want to kind of maybe have it somewhere up over here. So what I think I'm going to do to begin with, just so we can get it nice and lined up, is we'll come down here to this interchange. We're going to get this road upgraded into a 4-lane road because we're probably going to need that. And then we're just going to place a temporary road at a 180 and then a 90, just so that we have a nice straight road to place our airport on. And I think that should be a decent amount of space. Actually, it might just go a tiny bit further, maybe up to about there. Should work well. And so we'll just delete this road here. And we'll grab our airport and we'll get that placed probably right around, far over as we can get it, maybe to about here. I think that should work. Power and water should maybe be hooked up through here. It is not, so we will just go ahead and quickly add that in as well. Need to use Anarchy apparently. That is connected there. Oh, well, that is above ground, so that would probably be why. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that, won't be the last. So we'll go ahead and grab that power line again, go underground. Turn off Anarchy now because we don't need that. We'll get that hooked into there. And then we'll do the same thing with the water, except we might have to just go down a tiny bit this way and then back over. But that is all hooked up there now. So that should help our airport function. What I'd like to do in here as well is I'd like to add in kind of like a parkade basically on this side, and then we're also going to use a great asset from Tygon, which it looks like maybe it didn't load. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we want to use the medium subway depot. So that's the wrong button. We're going to come in and unlock subway as well. And yeah, we're going to have a subway yard in there. So to begin with the parking, obviously we have the runway here, so we can't go too far over. But what I'd like to do is just grab some small roads, and we'll kind of have to find the edge of that asset a little bit. So right about here, I think should work. And I think also what we'll have is we'll grab a one-way road instead, and we'll have that come out maybe through to there, and then we'll replace that heading that way. And yeah, by our airport, we'll try and have a decent amount of parking. I think we'll get lots of passengers through here as well. So if we come in to our parking and the multi-use or multi-level parking building here, and maybe we'll just add in probably, let's do 3 parkades because we can fit them with a gap in between each. And in behind as well, I think we could maybe add in just some like lots too. So if we can maybe come up and find so many parking lots in here now. What does the moderate parking lot look like? I think maybe we'll go even a bit bigger into the very large parking lot, and let's get one there. And then maybe what I will do is we'll grab an alley road just to kind of run in between. Down here, just to about there, and let's kind of maybe throw a cul-de-sac on there, and I think what we'll do is we'll probably have kind of these parking fees up kind of high. We'll do this one at 40. The airport, we will instigate a parking fee and they will immediately complain about it. But yeah, we'll have parking fees here, but we'll have them a little bit lower. So basically, kind of like the airport, except this one will make it a bit more expensive because it's kind of close as well. The closer the parking and the covered parking, you know, it'll be more expensive. Uncovered and further away from the airport will be a bit cheaper. We'll kind of try and encourage different sort of parking patterns, whether or not, you know, the game simulation actually will render that or not. I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes the way it was described, it doesn't always seem to kind of go the way it's supposed to, but anyways, we won't get into that today. We'll grab maybe, can I get fit a moderate parking lot there as well? I can. So let's go ahead and that one also will charge. What do we put this one at? 25. So we'll put this one at 25 as well. We also need a little bit of space for some services. So I guess while we're here, let's see what we have for some fire stations. I'm probably going to want some bigger ones, to be honest, which I think, come to think of it, I probably don't have those unlocked, which I'm thinking now is the time for that. We're going to need that kind of in most of our cities. So let's go ahead and grab the firehouse here, and I want like a fairly large one. What is the modern architecture? Has some really nice assets here. We've got 7 fire engines. It's $1 million, 80,000. This one is 1.15, 90, but 10 engines. That's from the urban promenades. Can't afford the US. These ones are a bit more expensive anyways. So China fire station, bit more expensive, not as many engines. Eastern European. Yeah, I think the urban promenades is actually going to be kind of the best bang for our buck, if I'm honest. So let's tuck that right down in there. And then the police station, obviously, I think we're going to be a little low on money. Let's see what urban promenades has. Well, they have a police headquarters, and I think that's just going to probably be a bit more than what we would need for an airport. So if we maybe go in to modern architecture, I just need something that doesn't have don't need quite a big asset. This is 25 jail, 6 patrol cars, 25 jail, 17 patrol cars. Can I fit this? I can fit this down on here. I wonder if I could, no, not there either. If I went this way onto, well, we can place it in a different spot. We can tuck it right there, you know. I think it'll do what we need it to do here. And yeah, I think that's gonna kind of be good for assets. I don't think we really need a medical clinic in this area, so we'll go ahead and we'll put down a district over the airport as well. And if you have any airport names you'd like to suggest, please do let me know. Let's put that up to there. So we're going to build another neighborhood in there eventually. And then the urban fire station, I'm going to have it cover all 3 of these for now, just because I think we need some coverage down in these areas. So I'll have them cover all those for now. There's not a whole lot happening at our airport. And actually, while I see it, I need to make a small fix down here. Because this is a one-way road, nothing really can get in terms vehicle-wise, like the service vehicle. So if we come into our small roads here and we grab the small pedestrian street and we just go ahead and upgrade that, I think I might have to anarchy that in a little bit, to be honest. So we'll go ahead and place that with anarchy, and that should allow some vehicles to kind of get in there, and hopefully then we'll get all those warning signs taken care of. But coming back over to our airport, one other thing we need to get in is the subway depot. So if we come into our transit here, got the medium subway depot. It's probably going to be best, we need it facing the other way. So I'm just wondering if I can place it pretty far up here. So let's go ahead and grab one more road, and we'll just have this one be able to loop around. Let's go up to about here or so. We'll have that kind of locked in there, and then I still need it to go the other way. Let's go ahead and just take off this road for now, and we'll get the station tucked in nice and close to that road there. And I think it'll be nice to have it, you know, right below the path here. It's another noisy building, so you know, keeping it near the airport I think is going to be nice. We'll just bring this out a little bit here, just so that we can have some space for when the trains are crossing. Again, they're not going to be hopefully too much. This is going to be subway kind of concentrated in this area, so there's no upgrades, but they use 6 cars, so that'll be more than enough for a little subway system around our downtown. So next, I'd actually like to lay out some of the roads, and one thing we're actually going to add in this whole area here is a bit of like a shopping center. So kind of common, especially in my home airport of Vancouver, and a couple other places, they kind of have these outlet malls near the airport. So what I'm thinking is, especially because we have a pretty high unemployment rate still, I think we also need some more housing, which we will get to probably in a later episode. But I think we're going to take advantage of a bunch of the signature buildings. And some of them I'd like to grab is in the Eastern European pack, there is the shopping center here, which we're just going to grab it out to find it because I'm not going to bother trying to unlock that. And then obviously we have a ton of the leisure venue options as well. So we kind of have a few activity-based things. We have this kind of movie theater here as well. Yeah, a museum, maybe that one we'll see. But yeah, some just different options in terms of these buildings. They do also have a lot of jobs available in them. I think the Eastern European mall has like 500 or something like that. But yeah, I think that's kind of what we'll use in this area. And then we'll also try and just put down some other commercial buildings, maybe a little bit of office as well. So what I think I'll do is I'll jump into a time lapse. I'm going to adjust this road here, kind of build out a little bit of a road network in front of the airport, and then I'll also start working on a little bit of the shopping mall. Alright, so now that we have our roads laid out, I really want to get the subway station kind of set up now before we start building too much more. So to do that, what I'd like to do is come into here and we'll just grab the small elevated station. I don't think we need one too terribly big at the airport here. And please excuse the cat bells in the background. Cat's always busy. Anyways, so I want to place this right up next to the airport here. And then I just want to see if we kind of come into the roads here. If we kind of just click somewhere right around here, kind of like that, it adds a node. Trick I've seen from other creators, so I can't take credit for that. But then we can add a crossing in there, and it's also going to add lights, and it's basically right in front of the entrance to the airport. So when pedestrians come out of this station, they'll be able to cross at a protected crosswalk, which is great. And then we need to get this hooked into this subway station over here, or the subway depot, I should say. So let's go ahead and grab some double track, because we want them to be able to go both ways. And let's just get this hooked into here. See if we can come out at a 180 if we can. So maybe we'll take off all our snapping except for snap to 90-degree angles. And yeah, that's going to work out fairly well. So we'll come probably straight out to here. We've got anarchy off, which is good. And this looks like it's nice and level. We'll take that maybe out to... let's go to there. And then let's just see if we come into the continuous tool here and we kind of just go really long, we can almost do like a perfect 180 sort of, what you want to call it, loop here. And it's kind of fighting me a little bit, so we might just have to bring it, if we can, up to... if we can get it to just snap into some of the guidelines, maybe about up to there. And we'll see, does the subway not track through roads? Is that something, or am I forgetting? It doesn't seem to want to go through there, but that's okay. We actually don't really need this road, so we'll take that out. And then we should be able to just kind of get that last little bit of subway track hooked up into here. Turn all our snapping back on. We'll just use complex curve if we have to, but actually I think we can just go straight into there. So that's connected, which is good. And then if we want this road connection back, we can sort of figure something out there. But anyways, I think that's pretty good slope down. It doesn't look too crazy. And I kind of wanted the elevated station to kind of play with some of those layers of height. So we'll go ahead and turn off all our snapping except for the 90-degree. And I guess I'll turn on guidelines for just a brief moment. So it's the same thing. We'll kind of get this one out to about here for now. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to connect this up to the Chinatown, and then I also wanted to connect it into the station over here. So if we come down to the Chinatown, I'm just trying to see, we could probably line up a station pretty good, maybe somewhere over here. So if we come into these elevated stations again, the really cool thing with them is they can snap to the roads, and then, you know, they're pretty fluid with actually where you can place them. You can even see there on the left-hand side there, the pillars will kind of change depending on where you put it. So we can really sort of have it basically anywhere we want. So I'm thinking maybe right up close to about here would work well. And then we just got to connect it into this station over here. So we'll get our double track again. We'll use the simple curve function, and we'll just kind of come straight over here again. And we'll see if we can sort of maybe get that hooked up nicely right into the station. It looks like we are having a little bit of some road conflicts there, so if we maybe just take it off, just slightly move, if we kind of just come close, see if we can kind of get this hooked up nicely. So yeah, it's trying to go on the tracks there, so let's go there, and then we'll snap it to angle. Let's go straight for now. There. Let's get across the highway like that. And then we can delete this track, actually. Okay, good. I was like, please tell me I didn't just delete the road that I spent forever trying to fix, which in the time lapse, I've changed it again. I think this works better. We'll go for that a little bit more in detail. But yeah, we'll grab this double track here and get this hooked in. Hopefully nicely. It might fight us a little bit, so we'll see. That wasn't supposed to do that. we'll see how that goes. You may actually have to just kind of take it up to about there, just because we have all these parking lots and everything, and then this doesn't have to go cutting right through the mall area. But if we take that right to about there and see if we can curve it right into the station, and we'll just turn on all our snapping again about there, and I think that works out fairly good. We could even maybe try and have it a stop right here in the mall as well. Again, we can kind of encourage people to take public transit. So let's just take these ones out real quick, and let's just see if we can get another subway station in here as well. These are also nice and cheap to use, which is great. So I wonder if we could get that. Oh, let's snap right in. Thank you. So we'll get that hooked up there like so. It's going to need a road connection and some power, but we can definitely take care of that here in just a second. Then we just needed to get down into this train station over here. So we need to add on the upgrade of the underground subway interface. It requires us to add some track connections over there. I'll leave it for now, and then we'll try and maybe fix that a little bit later, or in another episode, but we'll head underground. Now I believe, to be exactly level, it is about 16 and a quarter, if I remember correctly. No, it is gonna be 20 meters. So we'll come out just a little bit, like so, and then using simple or complex curve, we kind of just come towards the station, and up to about there. This may not exactly work the way we want it to, because I'm gonna have to come all the way up like so. That's okay, we can we can adjust. So we'll kind of work our way up a little bit. Let's just go with the continuous tool for now. So let's see if we can go all the way up to about there, and that tunnel kind of comes out, and that's a 3.3 degree slope, and I think that's pretty good. I'm sure rail police will let me know otherwise. But and then if we kind of come this way, can we get this to come all the way up to the 10 meters we need without it being something ridiculous? And it's about 3.9. I'm happy with that, so put that into there. Then we can kind of make some little adjustments a little bit later, but this kind of goes a little out over the water, but we'll fix that up a little bit later. But now that's going to have subway connections kind of all through the different areas here. So we'll just need to kind of get some stuff connected up a little bit better, like this road here. But now I think we can go ahead and just start placing some of the other assets in our mall. And I guess while we're here too, we can actually get the airport hooked up real quick as well, so that can actually come to life. We're going to add the airport services, and we're also going to add the business lounge. I'm not going to add cargo to this, probably at the moment, maybe later, we'll see. But for now, I think this area is looking nice and busy so far. I'm happy with how it's looking. If you're enjoying it too, let me know in the comments below or what you would like to see. But I put a lot of connections on this map when I built it, so we do have quite a lot of options. There's actually more connections than gates available, so we'll kind of have to just add in what we have. So we'll start with a new one here, and we'll get that hooked up out over to Hey Hair Philly. And I'll just get these all hooked up real quick. Alright, so we got all our air routes connected, so we'll let the airport do its thing for now. So kind of starting off in this area, I think we'll have a nice little plaza, probably self-built there in a time-lapse. But let's go ahead and go in to find it. And again, we are cheating a little bit because I haven't unlocked some of these buildings, but we're playing modded, and that's a lot of work. So we're going to go into Eastern European to begin with, and we will grab the shopping center. Fairly large asset, so I think we'll probably have that kind of close to the front. Maybe somewhere out of this view. It's a really stunning asset, if I'm honest. Let's have that face maybe there on the corner. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice shopping mall. Again, it comes with, now if I want the info, yeah, 425 jobs. So we're gonna have a lot of jobs in the airport area for everyone. And then if we kind of just come out of that one, if we go into leisure venues, let's just see what we have as well that we could add in kind of nearby this different asset. Kind of want stuff that works well. I was hoping to avoid stuff that has a lot of parking on it. So if we do end up, oh, that's big. If we kind of put a lot of parking, I might end up just sort of using the better bulldozer to get rid of a bunch of it. But that's also a pretty nice asset. The Skylines Heritage Museum. Again, it's supposed to be a shopping center, but you know, we'll place down the different assets that sort of work in there. Yeah, the nice thing with the signature buildings too is a lot of them are free. So we could have a little eating area here in the back. You know, we kind of got Canopy Cafe. I think there's the espresso on the go as well. It would kind of fit in. It would snap to the right road that I want it to, but here's these Skylines. Well, let's just anarchy that in, and then I'll use move it to get it where I want it to go. So just click on that, hold Alt, snapping function is available on Move It Now, which is great. Again, we'll just sort of move that probably up into there. Looks good. I mean, this one does have quite a bit of parking on it, so don't really want to attract a lot of vehicles to it. This one has some parking in the back, so again, we'll try and make some adjustments. We'll see. Hopefully I don't break the assets, and because I mostly like people to walk in here and not drive. And then what else do we kind of have here? What is this one? That's a little tiny building as well that looks like it would be good as a restaurant. And I guess the Gusto Gelato as well, because who doesn't love a little ice cream while they're shopping? Oh, it does. So anyways, yeah, so we'll get these buildings in here as well. I love some of these leisure venues. Like, I mean, look at this one. The Canopy Cafe is just, that is a prime asset, to be honest. I really, really love the leisure venues assets, and I'm not selling this because I don't get paid for any of that, so. But yeah, we'll try and get a lot of these buildings in there, and then I'm just kind of looking through, please go away, info views. What else we kind of have in here? So we have a lot of different assets too from the different packs. China pack has some stuff as well. Oh, there's a steakhouse. Let's put that on our little restaurant row down there. The lobster tail, maybe we'll skip. Fleur de thé, tea salon. Okay, sure. So we'll have a little food area there. Riverside Grill. Sure, bring it on in. I think that one works as well. Oasis Kitchen, Latin flavors. Ooh, I am due to head to South America soon, so pretty excited for that. So again, we'll put a lot of these down. I'll detail time lapse this a little bit here shortly. A lounge. Yeah, it would be fun to have a nightclub as well. So let's put that next to that Latin Oasis Kitchen. Oop, there's an airplane shadow. And then in terms of the assets for shopping, this one could prove to be slightly difficult, but I think if we kind of go into, if we take this off, put it all, and we go into Northeast Commercial, I thought we had some pretty good assets here. Why is this not showing up? Get out of some menus here, sometimes find it gets a little messed up like that. So we'll go into here, let's go Northeast, and yeah, some of the US Northeast Commercial might work well for some shops. I think these look a little bit more like the different shops that you might see. Let's just see again, a couple of these here. I think these will work, you know, for different shopping options or whatever. So we'll go ahead and kind of just make our way through here. Again, we'll go into probably a bit of a longer time lapse again. We'll build out the rest of this area with some of the attractions. We'll get our subway hooked up. Airport is functioning well, which looks great. And then I'll be back with Well, everyone, that is the start to our airport here in Jetzburg. I'm really happy I was looking. There goes the subway train. Yay! I think the area turned out really nice. I've got a lot of detailing I think left to do, but you know me, I'm a slow detailer, so it might be something to do on a live stream coming soon. What can I tell you? So as you saw, I was trying to get rid of a lot of the parking on these different assets over here, and it wasn't really working out very well. So what I've done is I've kind of just deleted the what is it called in here, the sub elements, and that's kind of gotten the parking off. And then I've changed a lot of the surfaces, tried to blend them together, and then added a few little extra seating options around here, so we kind of have our little food area here. I might change up this one as well, we'll see. I'm kind of leaning towards having maybe slightly less pedestrian roads. Maybe let me know what you think. We could maybe connect these out into this area as well. We've got still some demand for some industrial as well, so we'll see. I'm getting sidetracked here a little bit, but wind direction not really favorable for putting in industrial in this area. So we got a lot of space over here as well, so we could expand some sort of area here, maybe some more office park and maybe low rent housing kind of idea close to the airport. It's not really desirable, but yeah, we could see what we can come up with. So again, let me know what you think. We've got a little bit of traffic down here. It's sort of trying to settle itself out. I don't know if this interchange is the best option for here. It looks like it's kind of struggling to keep up, if I'm honest. So I'm not sure yet about, we just had some despawning. So we'll see if that maybe helps clear that out. We do have the subway line going, as I mentioned. I've also added a bus line that's probably trying to get going, but obviously those buses just despawned. So hopefully we'll be able to get those in soon. A lot of the airlines are doing well. This black line is doing pretty good. We almost could add in, actually, I think it does need a second airplane. So let's go ahead and we'll throw a second one on there. If we come into our other routes, this purple line is also doing quite well. So let's go ahead and throw in a second airplane there. And everything else I think is looking okay for now. So yeah, what should hopefully help pick up the traffic through there. What else can I really tell you? You saw me get the subway station all hooked up and all that good stuff. I did add wide sidewalks everywhere so no one can park on any of these roads. And then I have the parking lots here, and then actually this whole district here I do have the roadside parking fee on, so that should hopefully eliminate a lot of the side street parkers, and they'll use a lot of the different parking lot options. We could probably actually use some paths maybe through from here into the airport area. That might be something to think about as well. Yeah, I mean, we have the crosswalk here, but then they can't really get through anywhere. So I guess while I'm here, I might as well just add it while I think about it. So let's see if we can maybe get something along through here. Just make sure anarchy's off. So that connected there, and that should work well. I'm gonna throw just a traffic light there so that people can cross safely. But yeah, that way they can get off the subway and walk into this area as well. You know, they got two subway options over here. We are going to see a lot of not enough customer warnings for these hotels that I put in, just because I think, again, I put in a couple, so it could use some detailing around there as well. I'm not entirely sure with the unemployment rate. If someone wants to let me know. It's still pretty high, even though we keep adding more and more jobs. This had 425. That one maybe not so much, but yeah, a lot of these, I even zoned in some offices. Offices tend to have a lot of jobs as well. Population-wise, though, we do have quite a large child population, and then adults, quite a small senior population, so it could just be a little bit of an imbalance there. So maybe we need to add some more housing. If you kind of look at our homeless rate, again, kind of 764.7. So if we maybe see if there's any homeless living in these parks. Derek Hennessy, he has a job, but he has no place to live, it looks like. So if I remember from the patch notes correctly, that could just mean that we need some more housing in the city instead of jobs. So yeah, so again, let me know what you think about all these things. Hopefully we can kind of build it out a little bit nicer. Should have An ambulance dispatched. Looks like they're there already, which is great. Where did you come from? Small medical clinic, which is all the way over there. So that is something else we maybe need to look at. The services in this area might still need some work. I know there is a health clinic around here somewhere that I have put in, right? Oh yeah, there's a hospital. Let's add that to that operating district as well. So hopefully that'll cover that there. But yeah, I'm really happy actually how this airport has started to come together. Looks like those planes are going to land on top of each other. But anyways, I hope to see you in the next episode soon, and maybe on the live stream as well. So take care, everyone, and bye-bye.